Welcome back to Great North Gaming. It's great to have you here with us today, and it's time to continue our NHL 26 franchise mode here with the New York Rangers. We're here at the beginning of year number 3. We had a very good offseason, making a big trade to bring in Tage Thompson. So I think this team is primed to make the playoffs and hopefully go deep in the playoffs. We have a good offensive core: Gavin McKenna, Tage Thompson, and Alexis Lafreniere. Gabe Perreault with Thomas Novak and Will Cooley, Chris Kreider, Barrett Hayden, and Maverick Bork. Fourth line of Bobby McMahon, Philip Deneau, and Ricard Raquel. On defensively, we got Kevin Krasinski and Adam Fox, Brandon Schneider and Alexander Nikishin, Mario Ferraro and Scott Morrow. And in the cage, we have Igor Shesterkin and Eric Comrie. So I left the last video, actually. I wanted to say on the line changes here. We have a lot of young players down here in the AHL. We got to move Pelosi up here, but we have a lot of young prospects like Barrett Bedard. He's 25, looking to make the NHL. Brandon Othman, another player who's ready to make the NHL. We just don't have room. Noah Laba. I'd rather Philip Deneau than these players for going into the playoff. Oliver Moore. So these guys might be a part, and Sakura as well. And we wanted to get Miroslav Holenka in there as well, because he's growing. But we have a lot of very young players down here that we want to be growing. But maybe we package these players together at the trade deadline. Obviously, Rocco Pelosi is the player we're growing for the second line to replace Novak going forward. So we definitely have some trading assets heading into the trade deadline if there's a stud available. Taking a look at our contract situation, most of our guys are locked up for this year, and the next following year. But we do need to give them contract extensions soon, because we have Gavin McKenna coming up, we have Nikishin coming up, and we have Adam Fox coming up. So we got some big time money to be paying out there. So players like Scott Morrow, I'm not really comfortable giving too big of a contract extension to. Like, he wants $5 million. Luckily, he's still an RFA, so we can trade him at the draft to flip him for some assets. Mario Ferraro, he can just walk off the team. Bobby McMahon and Raquel will wait on those guys. So we don't have any contracts to worry about this year, but money will become an issue next season once we have to give Adam Fox his contract extension. So let's get up to the beginning of the preseason here. See what the coach has to say. Andre Terenge, what do you think about the team? Season goal. He thinks we're good enough to compete for the cup. Okay. I'll give it to you. I think we did morale last time, so let's do 5v5 focus. Let's make sure everyone's boosted up for the playoffs. So let's hop up to the beginning of the regular season now and get the year number 3 underway. Alrighty, boys. So we're here at the beginning of the regular season. We have our first game up against the Dallas Stars. We'll hop in for it. We'll see how the boys perform on the home opener of this new season with Tage Thompson. Ricard Raquel opens the goal scoring on Jake Oettinger. Scott Morrow on the power play as well. Two guys that are looking for contract extensions here in New York this year open up the goal scoring early on for the New York Rangers. Another power play opportunity. And then it goes to Dallas on the power play. We kill it off here. Shots are even here. Second period. Shots are pretty even. Not a whole lot of shots happening at the start of this period here. We got a 2-0 lead. Can we get an insurance marker here for Shesterkin? Not too worried about him. He can hold down the fort. We have a great defensive core, great defensive team in front of him. All right, third period. Is Shesterkin going to get a shutout here in game number 1? A power play 5-on-3. Holy cow, there we go. Adam Fox scores just after the power play. And this game looks like it is just about over. 5 minutes left here. Oh, Hirachukawini breaks the shutout there, but that's okay. And we're going to take the game 3-1. So let's get our simulation underway here. Let's get up to the December 1st here. We'll see how the team's doing. If we get a big losing streak here, we will We will make some adjustments. I don't want anyone off waivers. My team's already pretty deep. That's an overtime loss to the Anaheim Ducks. That's a win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. A loss to the Florida Panthers. Close game so far. 2 losses in a row there against Florida. 3 losses in a row, but we bounce back against the Islanders here. We get a win against the Oilers here. It's not too early to make any line changes. Let's see after December how the boys are doing. A 9-0 loss to the Ottawa Senators, followed by a 4-1 loss. Okay, Thomas Novak's been injured till November 20th. Let's just replace the player for right now. Okay, we bounce back after a 4-game winning streak there. We'll get Novak in after this Boston game here. 8-1. We'll make some line changes here because I'm not liking how this simulation is doing. So let me get Novak in, make some line changes, and I'll show you what we did. All right, so taking a look at the lines here, only line that's a positive is the third line here with Maverick, Bork, Payton, and Kreider. So I want to keep that line together. So let's shuffle around the lines here a little bit. So let's get Will Cooley up there with Tage Thompson and Lafreniere. And then we'll go Novak, McKenna. You know what? Maybe let's get Chris Kreider up here. Maybe he can score. I didn't want to break up that line, but I want to shake it up here a little bit. Ricard Raquel maybe move up there. Gabe Perreault. You can move. That's okay. Yeah, we'll leave that for right now. So we made some line changes there. We're taking a look at our defensive core. Okay, everyone's a minus here. So let's shuffle it up a little bit here. Let's move up Mario Ferraro there. Good defensive defenseman to play alongside a Fox. Nikishin and Schneider. They're not working so hot there. So let's go Krasinski, Schneider, Nikishin, Morrow. Even though that's 2 offensive defensemen. Let's just shake up the lines here. We'll see how it works. We can adjust the lines as we go. I do want to make the playoffs this year. So we'll finish off this month here. That's a win over the St. Louis Blues. A loss to Utah, but at least it was in overtime. A loss to the New York Rangers. We were picking up some points there, but we're still losing. So I'm going to make some more line changes. We'll be right back. All right, so I edited the lines here. We're going to go with McKenna, Novak, Thompson, Hayton, Lafreniere, Cooley, Kreider, Deneau, Perreault, McMahon, Bork, Raquel. Defensively, I just moved Nikishin back up with Schneider, Krasinski, and Morrow. So we'll see if those line changes can make a difference here. Feel like we're just not scoring goals. That's the problem with this team is we just don't have we have an offensive defenseman here, but Tage Thompson can't have all the offense run through him. AHL, that's okay. It's a loss to the Colorado Avalanche. A loss to the... Oh my God, we are not doing well here. 8-3 victory, a 5-4 victory. Best lines down in the AHL, 11, 12, and 3. That's a win against the Capitals, a win against San Jose. Okay, so things are starting to turn around a little bit here. But then an 8-5 followed up by 2 losses there. Anytime we make some ground, we end up losing any of the ground we made up there. Maybe we're on a bit of a... No, we're still sitting around that 500 mark, which isn't too good. The playoffs are starting to look further and further out of the picture. I don't know if there's any... I'm liking how we're playing better with these lines, so let's just keep it rolling here. That's a win against the Detroit Red Wings, a win against the Islanders. We've had the Islanders number this year, which is great. Win up against the Boston Bruins, so we're finding our stride here. Seems like, anyways. A 8-0 shutout victory over the the Philadelphia Flyers. We lose to the Tampa Bay Lightning there. Followed up by a loss to Buffalo, but we followed up with a win against Chicago. Okay. The LA Kings fire their coach. Should have done that a couple years ago, but that's okay. 3-4 game winning streak after those 2 losses there. Continue the wins here. Okay, January was a good month for this. Best lines down in the AHL, that's okay. A win, perfect. So we're on 2, 4, 6, 7 game winning streak here. So let's just keep riding this up to the trade deadline here. We're second in our division. So the boys are turning on late. Maybe found the right line combinations for us. Noah Laba is back. Definitely be willing to make a trade at the trade deadline to add to this team. Back 3 losses in a row there after our winning streak. 4 losses in a row, and we just tank right back down to the bottom of our division. Noah Laba injured again. Oh my God, that guy keeps getting injured. Followed up by a win against Minnesota, a win against Colorado. Noah Laba's back. 33-21-4, a loss against the Oilers there. And it's a competitive division this year, that's for sure. Chris Kreider's been injured. March 6th, you can just replace the player. That's not too far away. 2 more wins there. Can we get another win here before the trade deadline here up against the LA Kings? Best lines for Hartford. Chris Kreider is a playable injury. I don't really want to worry about him. Best lines down in the AHL. Oh, crap. We forgot to play LaSalle this year. I meant to make a goalie trade at the beginning of the season to clear up space for LaSalle, but that's okay. We're down in the AHL. Back to the NHL. And we won over the LA Kings there. So 76 points. The division's really close, especially for those wild cards. And the Atlantic, 78. Yeah, it's a very, very competitive division here. So we could just as easily miss the playoffs here. So we got to add to this team here to make sure that we are set to go for the playoffs here. So let's just take a quick look at the stats. Adam Fox, oh my God, 83 points in 62 games. This guy is just going off this year. Gavin McKenna, 46 and 62. Tage Thompson, 40. Lafreniere, 37. Nikishin, 35. Novak, 34. Will Cooley, 33. Oh my God, it's a scoring by committee here. Where is Tage? What's Tage Thompson have? 15 goals, 25 assists. Yeah, we definitely need that goal scorer, sorry. And how is Rocco Pelosi? Okay. Hopefully he'll be a good shooter for us coming up because we definitely need a goal scorer on this team. So let's get into the trade deadline here, see who's available, and try to make this team even better to go on a deep Stanley Cup run. Let's go. All right, seeing who's available here, Dougie Hamilton, Panarin. Bring Panarin back to New York. That could be interesting. His trade value is not too high. All right, let's make a trade for Panarin. We're in a different spot now. You're not getting Pelosi. I give you more. Because you could add Panarin into this team, and that would be a difference maker for us. He's a playmaker, but he has quick release as well. Like, he has 15 goals. So I'd be willing to give you more. Sheloff, no. You want O'Connor? Sure, I'll give you that. I need to free up some cap space anyways. And a 7th round pick. Okay, more O'Connor and a 7th round pick for Artemi Panarin. Will it go through? Trade accepted. Perfect. So we got Panarin added to this team. Jack Hughes. New Jersey wants to give up Jack Hughes? Why? He must be having bad player morale. Jake DeBrusk and Hollinger. It's just a medium elite goaltender I don't necessarily need. In a second, Jake DeBrusk. Hollinger. No, I'm good. Jack Hughes is really interesting. Because if we could get him back up there, he'd be a 95. Still really high trade value. Okay, what would I be willing to give up? Have to give up a first. What else would you want? You'd probably have to give up a Rocco Pelosi. I need that sniper of the future. No. Gabe Perreault. I like his contract. Okay, you can move a Barrett Hayton to bring in a Jack Hughes to upgrade him. He's the roster replacement. Throw in a Sheloff. Because then we're still keeping Pelosi. Could add in Sikora and Holinka. Okay, let's try this. I don't think this is going to go through. But a first-round pick, Barrett Hayton, Sheloff, Sikora, and Holinka for Jack Hughes. Will it go through? Trade rejected. No. Figured that wasn't going to go through. You know, you're getting a franchise player here. Add in another first-round pick, Sheloff and Hayden. Will it go through? Trade rejected. Okay. Can we find a trade for Jack Hughes? Like, I'm just curious what they would want for. No. Okay, that one's going to be a little bit tougher to do. I'm not too worried about that. JT Miller there gone. William Karlsson, Sean Couturier, Brett Pesci, Jake DeBrusk is sold. Okay, you know what? I think our one trade for Panarin there is good. So we don't need to make any more line changes there, or make any more trades there. Panarin, you're coming home to New York. Yeah, Oliver Moore was a tough player to lose there, but adding in Panarin there, oh my God. Like, what if we do this? Panarin, Thompson, McKenna. Then let's do Lafreniere, Novak, and Will Cooley. Then the fourth line can be Barrett Hayton, Chris Kreider. We can get back in there, and Maverick Bork, and then Philip Deneau, Rickard Raquello. Perfect. Let's try that. Fox, I want Ferraro there. Vakishin there. Perfect. And then Shesterkin still killing it there down there. Perfect. So Chris Kreider there's hopefully he doesn't get injured again. So made a big trade to bring home Panarin back to New York. It's funny, we started this franchise mode after he had just been traded to the LA Kings, and we just traded for him back. I think LA got a better return for him than we got, but we're in a different spot now. It's okay. We come back from the trade deadline. We win the first 3 games, and then get shut out by the Tampa Bay Lightning. We need these East Coast wins. A 1-0 loss, boys. How do you not score for Shesterkin there? Followed up by 2 wins there against Ottawa and Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, we take up the win there. We're still giving these guys points. That was a big game up against the Toronto Maple Leafs. A win up against the Nashville Predators. Here we go, boys. The boys are cooking 92 points. I think it's too close to call yet, but there we go. We have officially clinched the playoffs in year number 3. Now, can we hit a 50-win season here? We just need 3 out of our last 6 games to win 3 out of our last 5 games now, and we can have a 50-win season. All right, boys, come on. I want to see 50 wins here. 100 points on the year. And if we go out on a win, but 49, we didn't hit the 50, but 102 points. Very, very good season there for the New York Rangers. And let's see who we are facing in round number 1. Advance a day. And the Carolina Hurricanes in round number 1. So very, very good matchup there. Oh my God, Adam Fox. Well, let's take a look at the entire league. Where did we finish here? New York Rangers 5th in the league. Not a bad season there. Colorado went completely off there. 3.17 goals for per game. 2.83 goals against. Power play 16.5. Penalty kill 84.8. All these stats will continue to get better as they grow. Adam Fox, though, 100 points on the season. I told him to win the Norris. We'll see if he did it. Gavin McKenna, good sophomore season there for him. 65 points. Almost a 30-goal season, 28. Artemi Panarin, what did you do for us while you came back? 17 and 20. Beautiful. You love to see it. Tage Thompson, would like to see a little bit more out of you. Nikishin, 50 points. Lafreniere, 48, not too bad. How is he comparing? Actually a down season now for the last 2 years, but a little bit less ice time. Chris Kreider had a great season. Yeah, we brought back some, overall good season. Krasinski, I'd like to see a little bit more out of you. Perot, maybe would have liked to see a little, he had 62 games played, that's okay. Defensively, though, Fox, oh my God. Shesterkin, 915 and 262. Let's take a look at the entire league. Mackenzie Blackwood, he's going to probably win the Vezina there. Wrong button there. Defenseman. Oh my God, Makar, 109 points. Beats out Adam Fox. Maybe Adam Fox might win MVP. And forwards, oh my God, Makar did it. Holy cow. But great season there for Adam Fox. You can't blame that guy one bit. So a very successful season here in year number 3 for your New York Rangers. So we got a great playoff matchup up against the Carolina Hurricanes for the next video. Hopefully we can go deep in these playoffs here. I'd love to bring a Stanley Cup home into New York in my 3rd year here. So that's going to be it for this one here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below if there's any line changes we should be making heading into the playoffs. And until next time, peace.